I need a drink. That's what I used to say. I used to say, I need a drink. When I was mad, when I was sad, when I was stressed, when I was happy, when I was celebrating, any reason at all. Eventually, I needed a drink for any occasion, or for that matter, any non-occasion, like before I was going out to drink anyways, or in the morning when I woke up, or even before work. It went from, I need a drink, to I can't run out of my drink. I constantly craved a drink. I'm Terry from EverydaySober.com, and I'm going to talk to you about alcohol cravings today. Eventually, I was able to get sober. Detox from alcohol for me sucked. It was way beyond craving alcohol. But that's where professional help came in. They helped me get through that detox, which is the most difficult part of getting sober. Well, at least it was for me. After detox, I had cravings for alcohol, but they really weren't that bad. I hear many people talk about how they have these horrible cravings for alcohol long after they get sober. How did I get from craving a drink to not caring about a drink at all? For me, alcohol is not something I need to avoid anymore. I'm not saying I can drink now because I can't, and I don't. But it's not a matter of avoiding it. I just don't want it or crave it. The other day I was catering out of the basement of an old bar. Here's what was in front of me. Booze everywhere. Even a glass next to a bottle. No one around to catch me. I had no thought of craving or temptation of alcohol. Why? How did this happen? I have no desire to drink anymore. Sure, I have the occasional thought of a nice cold one, but it stays at that, a thought. What did I do to get this way? I wish I had an easy answer. Well, actually I do. The only thing I did was change everything. Yes, I changed everything. That is, everything with the way I think and act. First, I almost died because of alcohol. Not bad behavior that would eventually kill me die, but I almost died. If my seizures happened when I was home instead of at the hospital, I would have died. If my friend didn't come to my home to check on me to decide I needed to go to the hospital, I would have died. Alcohol withdrawal can kill. It almost killed me. So before I go on, let me be clear. If you think you might have a problem with alcohol, go get professional help. Professionals are not going to judge you. They simply want to help you, and they understand that people with an alcohol problem must have help to successfully quit for good. So don't screw around, get help. So, I said I changed everything about the way I think and act. How? Well, first I make sure that my priority every minute of every day is my sobriety. I must stay sober. If I don't, I will die. It may sound daunting, but it's really not that bad. How did I change the way I think and act? What I'm going to explain here are the things that I strive to do as best as I can. Now, I'm not perfect, and I don't do these things perfectly. But what I've been doing for my sobriety so far has kept me from craving alcohol, and more importantly, kept me sober. So, first, I'm as honest as I can be every day. That way I don't have to waste my time thinking about the lies I need to cover. When I was drinking, I lied to everyone about everything to cover the fact that all I wanted to do was drink. And since all I really did was drink, I spent all the rest of my time trying to cover these lies. And of course, constantly being drunk, I didn't do a very good job of covering my lies, and I'd get caught. So I would drink more to suppress the embarrassment that I felt, hoping that the problem would go away. Being as honest as possible builds up my character, my trust, and my reputation. I no longer need to hide behind the bottle. I can walk with my head held high. The next thing I do to change the way I think so I don't crave alcohol is I stay willing to do whatever I need to do to stay sober. That means listening to what people like addiction counselors, doctors, sober alcoholics suggest. Or maybe not going to some event like a party where I know it's just going to be a giant drinking fest. In the beginning of my sobriety, I actually avoided everywhere where I thought alcohol would be present because I just didn't know what I could handle. But really, the key is to get to where craving just doesn't happen, or at least it's controllable. I also go to lots of 12-step meetings where I can talk and listen to people that just plain understand. The next thing I do is I make a game plan every day. I make sure I know when I might be in a dangerous situation, like working a catering job in a bar, which I often do. I understand it's basically impossible to avoid alcohol, but having a game plan for the day allows me to make plans for my sobriety. Like when the bartender at the bar I'm working at offers me a drink. I won't be caught off guard. Instead, I'll just order a Pellegrino or something non-alcoholic. Also, I stay open to change things immediately if I need to. Let's say I go to a friend's party where everyone is drinking. I'm pretty much okay with that, but when people start to get a bit drunk and things start getting, for lack of a better word, ugly, I'll usually go ahead and thank the host, say some goodbyes, and get out of there. Lastly, but just as important, I stay thankful for everything I have. Being thankful keeps me focused on the awesome things I've been blessed with in sobriety. If a craving does come up, I make sure I pause. I try to think about how great it is to be sober and how terrible it was to be drunk. Well, at least the consequences that happened when I got drunk. I also remember that once I have one drink, I'm not going to be able to control how much more I have. My mind wants me to believe I have control over alcohol. But if I look at my history, I know I have no control. That's why I have to pause. That allows me to take a realistic look at what will happen if I drink. I've done these things from the day I got sober. I changed everything about the way I think, and I rarely crave alcohol. When I do crave alcohol, I have the tools I need to get through it without taking a drink. I don't know why these things keep me from craving alcohol, but I don't need to know why. After all, I don't know why I became an alcoholic. What I do know is that I'm still sober and I don't crave alcohol. If you're trying to figure out how to stop the cravings for alcohol, all you have to do is one simple thing. Change everything about the way you think and act. It's actually not that hard to do. Make sobriety your top priority in life on a daily, if not hourly, or even a minutely basis. Be honest. Be open-minded. Be willing to take direction and help, and you'll have a pretty good chance of getting and staying sober. Make sure you subscribe to this channel and check out my website, everydaysober.com. Part of my staying sober is helping other alcoholics. My videos and website are designed to show you what I did to get and stay sober. I'm not telling you I have all the answers, but I am still sober. I can help show you how to stay sober while living a happy, sober life. I'm Terry, a recovered alcoholic, and thanks for checking out my video.